Thanks, Leanne. We're about to start frying up some chicken. Did you guys know that was one of my favorite food groups and therefore decided to make that today?
No idea.
No idea. Come on, appease me. The good folks from Union 613 are joining me now. On my far right, we've got Chris Lord, owner, chef, Mon Van Fanton. You're also an owner at Union. For people who've never been there before, how would you describe the restaurant?
Basically, the restaurant is our take on Southern hospitality. So we feature Southern food, anything from fried chicken. We're doing some pig's ears later on today. Lamb ribs, bunch of Southern food itself. Communal atmosphere, really social, lively, and just a good time for everybody.
Okay, all right. And now I was actually, let's get the fried chicken started, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the ambiance within the restaurant. Chris, what have you got going on so far?
So we buy our chickens from Ferme Voltigeur, which is a poultry farm on this side of Montreal. They're free range and grain-fed birds. And we cook it sous vide before we get it ready to fry. So we rub it in a whole bunch of different spices, kind of like the Colonel. And then...
Okay.
But then...
11 different herbs and spices.
Yeah. So we cook it at 147 degrees for 2.5 hours in a water bath.
Oh.
So then it's already perfectly cooked. So then when it comes time for us to fry it, we just we dip it in buttermilk instead of just soaking it in buttermilk, and then toss it in equal parts cornmeal and flour with salt and pepper.
Okay. Why do you cook it beforehand? What does that process do? Does it change the taste?
It doesn't change the taste. It just allows us to serve, in my opinion, perfect chicken. That way the chicken is already cooked perfectly. We just need to heat it up again. And by cooking it that way, then we're able to fry it so we get a really nice crisp coating.
Okay.
And then really juicy chicken inside.
So what we're looking at now is an interior of the restaurant, and I find it interesting because you describe it as predominantly communal.
That's correct.
What does that mean, Matt?
Basically, I would separate our restaurant into two halves. We have the front half of the restaurant where the main focus is on the bar.
Right.
And then the back half of the restaurant is the communal seating aspect. In which case we have 3 large harvest tables, 2 of them seating 8 people, 1 of them seating 6 people.
Oh.
And the way that works out is if you come in with a party of 2, you're going to be sitting at a harvest table with other people, possibly up to 6 other people who you weren't there to dine with. Just creates an atmosphere where you're talking with guests who you've never met before, and just hopefully, just makes it a little more lively in the restaurant.
Okay, so a lot of fun. You're talking with randoms, and so if you were looking for an intimate setting for 2, probably not the best.
Yeah, we do have a couple tables up in the front half of the restaurant with the bar that do seat 2 people.
Okay.
So if that's what you fancy, then just make sure it's known when you make a reservation. But for the most part, it is a communal seating restaurant, yes.
All right, how many people can you seat in the restaurant?
Including bar seating, we have 48 seats.
Okay, lots of seats. And you're at 315 Somerset Street, right?
That's right in between Bank and O'Connor.
Okay, Chris, how's our chicken coming?
It's coming along. I had a problem with the stove again, but...
These darn touch-top stoves. Oh, I think I touched something and turned it off.
No, we're good. I think it's all on.
Okay.
So we're just crisping it up.
They're like metal chopsticks you're using. Is this how you would normally cook in the restaurant?
I usually do use the chopsticks, but we'll cook our chicken in the fryer.
Why not tongs? Does that mess with the batter? It
does. It pulls it off a bit, even just there. Because we'll usually do it right in the fryer. We don't often cook it right in the pan.
Okay.
So, the less that you touch it, the better.
Of course. Well, don't you worry about that lost batter. I will pick it out of the oil and I will eat it afterwards. So that's nothing to worry about. So what would fried chicken, for example, be served with at the restaurant?
Well, we separate all of our proteins and sides, like if you were to go to a restaurant in the South, So we'll serve... The chicken comes with the pepper vinegar, which is like a homemade Tabasco.
Yes.
And then...
and that's over here, eh?
Yeah, that's what you have there.
Okay.
So...
What pepper's inside there?
We do roasted red pepper, roasted garlic, and shallots with Thai bird's eye chilies and vinegar.
Yeah, you can taste the vinegar, but it's got some spice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. And is this on the table, or will this be served when I order the dish?
That comes on the platter with the chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to ask, Southern-inspired menu, why? Is one of you from down south?
No, none of us are from down south, but we went to a bunch of restaurants early on when we were thinking about the restaurant and really fell in love, not just with the food in some southern restaurants, you know, in Montreal and New York, but also the atmosphere that the food seems to inspire in the restaurant itself as well, and just decided that Ottawa is in need of a restaurant like that.
Okay. Is your menu on your website?
It is. The menu does change semi-regularly, so there might always be some changes, but the menu is up on the website.
What semi-regularly mean?
A couple changes a week.
I love that, with like an evolving menu, so I never know what to expect.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of has a lot to do with what I can get from farmers, you know, what comes in, you know, if everything's working properly.
Are you sourcing local products?
As much as possible, yeah.
Why do you want to do that?
I like working with the guys. Like, I've developed relationships with lots of different farmers while I've been working in Ottawa, and you know, it's a matter of just getting what I think tastes best. So.
Chris, is the chicken almost ready yet?
Almost.
So hungry. Please, I want fried chicken for breakfast. All right, you're not going anywhere. A little bit later in the show, you're going to be making buffalo pig ear sandwich, and you assure me that it is also delightful, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.